Hello, my name is Sherelle. I basically wanted to get on this page and pretty much talk about how my experience at GP orientation first day went. Um, give you a little bit background about me. I've been a driver now 4 years on my license. I've hauled reefer, driving, and tanker fuel and liquid asphalt. That's a little bit of my background. I came to GP basically for the promise of the guarantee and the option with the forward facing camera, that being able to choose whether or not I wanted the camera driver facing, or just keep the basic traffic facing one. So that was my two reasons for coming over to GP. I also like that I like their pay structure of 1 cent, uh, the 1 cent bonus every 6 months based off of performance. I love that quality about them. And basically, I am coming back over the road from being a local liquid asphalt driver, tanker driver. So that's a little bit about myself first. So getting started, jumping right in, GP was very thorough with their the booking process, getting us over to the rooms, getting everybody assigned a room. So with my recruiter, it took about, I want to say about a week and a half to get everything situated with my recruiter. After that point, they get you set up with a flight in, same process. If you've ever been OTR at a company or ever been to different companies, you would know they set your flight up, you fly in, they have somebody come shuttle you from the airport to the hotel, and then you just basically get ready for the next day. And that's kind of how it was. I flew in Monday evening. I got to the hotel around 6 because we was waiting on another driver pair to come in, and their flight was delayed by 2 hours. So we had to wait at the airport, me and another driver, for that driver to come in. So once we did that, they shuttled us all to the hotel room. It's a nice hotel. It's fine. It's decent. There's nothing crazy going on. It's a lot of stuff around the hotel, like a Sam's, a Walmart. There's food. They have a Popeyes right up the road, a McDonald's, things like that. So there are places within walking distance where you don't have to use a company car. But when you come to orientation, after that first day, they do tell you you can use a courtesy car if you need to pick up other, necessities for truck assignments and stuff like that before you pull off. So you can use a courtesy car from GP to get what you need, and not have to worry about planning somewhere to stop to another Walmart. So that's one thing too. After that, the next morning, the shuttle will take you from your hotel room to GP. It's really only about 7 minutes up the road, and no biggie. If all the courtesy cars are gone, another thing they will do is Uber you if they have to. But there's no stress on nothing. Orientation is going so smoothly so far. I will say that morning we had to get up, around 6, breakfast, 7:15, 7:30. We got over there to GP. We sat down. They already have it laid out for you. So they already have your tablet, a tablet agreement notice, your safety regulations green book, your driver code number, and they also give you a truck mount for your phone, already set up on a desk for you when you first come in, first day of orientation. So organized, so chill, so straightforward. Our instructor who's over our orientation class is Juan. Very experienced guy. He drives as well. He's also a driver. He will be doing the drive test. So first day they get that out the way. We sit down, we wait. They take two at a time, one and another gentleman, Rob, will take everybody out on road tests. They're part of safety. So they're looking for, you know, making sure you're paying attention. The Smith system, all 7 keys of the Smith system, they're making sure that you're not bumping no curves, you're making wide enough turns, things of that nature. GP has a huge lot. The one once you come back from your road test, they want you to do a 45 back. They may change that, but you know that is what it is. I was one of the second people to do my road test. It wasn't no sweat off my back. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm a driver, so I got that thing right up in there. But other than that, the road test was very laid back. Oh, I forgot to mention, you will do a pre-trip before you start the road test. There is a pre-trip test. Once you do the pre-trip test, then you go out for the road test. So that's something that we did. He kind of wanted to talk. Juan kind of wanted to talk, get to know you a little bit while you're doing the road test. You know, we chopped it up. But other than that, it was very straightforward, making sure I don't forget nothing. Oh, we did a tour of the facility once we first got there. You do have to check out of the hotel every day. So we did have to check out today, but we also came back today. But that's a part of my day too. So you do have to check out. So we checked out, and you do have to bring all your stuff there. That's why it's good if you're coming over to GP to not bring so much. Bring enough, you know, just in case you get your truck assignment on that first day, because it does happen. It didn't happen for our class. But you make sure you bring, you know, pillow, blanket, fitted sheets for your bunk, necessary cleaning, little bit of cleaning stuff. You can buy that when you get here. You know, don't bring no food. You won't be able to buy food. Bring your clothes enough for like a week. That's it. Keep it real light. I brought a duffel bag. I know that some people bought equipment for their truck. They bought bags and suitcases. Having to take that stuff back and forth and not really knowing for sure if you're gonna leave out on that first day can be very stressful. You know, people can get stressed out from having to lug all that stuff back and forth every single day. So make sure you bring enough necessities for 1 week. A lot of that stuff you might not even need to bring. Toiletry items you can buy when you get here. Cleaning items you can buy when you get here for your truck. You don't have to bring all of that stuff. But some stuff that you might not want to buy when you get here, you can go ahead and bring it along. But don't make it too heavy. Another thing I forgot to mention, whatever you have to pay for as far as your flight extra, like I had to pay for my check bag. They reimburse for stuff like that, you know. We sat in the room going back to being at the actual headquarters after we did our tour. We did our pre-trip road test. I came back with Juan to the classroom, sat back down. We went over the tablets. They use a software. They use a software called Samsara. This is my first time using it. I'm used to Qualcomm type thing, Zonar situation, ELD in your truck. They don't have that. They use their own application. This is a very forward-thinking company, very modern, very new type of software and things. They have Samsara, and I haven't gotten a chance to play with it and, you know, get my hands on it to kind of see what all it does exactly. But I do know you do have to take pictures of your pre-trip and your post-trip within Samsara every day. That's a requirement here to basically cover you and the company, just in case anything was to happen in between time, you know, of either one, just to make sure that the equipment is what you say it is. And I mean, it's just covering you. It's another layer of protection. It's nothing to say that you can't do it or you're not doing it properly or it's just another layer of pretty much protection. You're doing it anyway, might as well flick it up. So, I mean, again, no sweat off my back. I'm fine. I'm here. Uh, that's something that I know a lot of drivers is kind of like, why, but again, you do what you're doing, it'll be fine. The type of trucks that you'll be looking at is Volvos, Freightliners, and they just got in the 2023 Internationals. Those are getting prepped and decaled and everything. Decked out in the shop right now. I've seen a couple of them. I was able to get inside a Volvo and an International. I did my road test in a Volvo. Just so you know, they do have another guy, Rob. He does them in a Freightliner. But either way, again, if you want that specific detail, there you go. That way you know pretty much what you might be doing your road test in. There are drivers here that were still waiting to be placed in the truck. There were some trucks that needed to be recovered. I believe I will be getting a recovered truck because after you wait a little while for everybody to finish their road test, you get into a queue to go sit down and do a one-on-one with the operations manager. Within that one-on-one, they'll take you inside a conference room. You and the operations manager will go over what you talked about with your recruiter. Make sure that everything is understood. Dotting their I's, crossing their T's. Same thing any other trucking company will do. Nothing to feel, like cautious about. Very organized company. Very thorough. Because since I've been here, everything has been what they said. Very thorough. Made sure that any questions that I had got answered right away. Even when I did my one-on-one, he taking notes about what I'm saying. He hearing what I'm saying, giving me answers. Not giving me an answer, but if he didn't know it, he did take a question that I had back to safety. Let me know what was what. And I appreciated it, and he gave me my dispatcher's name during that one-on-one. I thanked him for that. I also learned when I got here that they base the way they route you off of, just driving for 10 hours. So if you have a lot of short days, that's something that you have to bring up with operations, because having all those short days is going to be eating up your clock. Is going to throw your hours of service off. You want to make sure that you're getting miles, you're being able to run that 10 hours so that the next day and, coming to the end of the week, your hours aren't choppy, because after the weekend, they pretty much don't, there's really there is communication on the weekends, but they try to run you through the weekend and get you back on the Monday, so when your dispatcher comes in, they will be able to handle you, handle your full clock, and, everything will be everything. Here they, in a perfect world, they say, oh, we're going to only run you in the daytime. That might not always happen, but that's something that they try to work off of. I found out that, they do have people in Lithuania, I think I'm saying that right, that help out. They also have people, of course, here in the United States, in Illinois and California. They run you, they run you based off of, the 70, but they try to keep their driver's schedule situated so that you don't have to run at night. If you do, it's because of, a long load or load availability. That's pretty much what it's all based off of, load availability. They ask you if you're okay with running, stop-offs where you will have one load and you have multiple stops on that load. It might not always happen, but they make sure that you're okay with that. I was able to talk to the operations manager a little bit further about that. I don't want to give out their freight lines, but if you do ever have to do a stop off, they will pay you per stop that you have on that load, to get you there. Another thing that I noticed, was they only had 3 available trucks on the yard. So a lot of the trucks, when somebody leaves, sometimes they'll go on home time, and then they'll leave the company, and GP will recover the truck. So he was telling me I will be one of the recoveries. It's like that because, it's better for them to do that. I guess because apparently there's there's some recoveries out there, and I'm doing one of them. So from that point, I'm gonna have to be flown back into the city where the recovered truck is, grab that truck, start my first load. I'll be paid for the recovery and paid for the flight to go back there. That's handled. The tour was really nice. The laundry facilities on site were free. They have a basketball court, a driver's lounge with vending machines, a couple of refrigerators, so that everything's not packed in, this small area. They got 2 refrigerators. Free coffee. Another thing about GP is they feed their drivers every Friday. So even though driver appreciation was last week, they had food all week. They still feed their drivers every Friday. So if we're ever at the terminal, you decide to come over to GP, let's have lunch. But other than that, everything else was very, like I said, straightforward. After I left with my meeting with my one-on-one with the operations manager, me and a couple other drivers played some cards. We played spades to pass the time while everybody else finished up. At that time, we got to know each other. It's a couple of drivers here who, came from other companies because of load availability and low miles. That's everybody want the miles, because if the wheels not turning, you ain't earning. And ain't nobody came out here, to sit around. So we chopped it up about that. I'm excited to see what my review will be a month from now. I'll be very transparent. As a woman out here over the road, the showers are very clean. The facilities are very clean here. The terminal is spotless. It's gorgeous. They're still doing little things to upgrade it. There's a full gym. It is really nice. Everything is key card access. Very secure, very safe. There is construction going on near the terminal. So when you go out on your road test, be very careful if you're coming soon, because it looks like they just ripped up the roads. So they're just now getting started with that project. Although down the road further, going back onto I-80, about 5 minutes into it, that first exit, when you come up for your road test, that's going to be closed. That looks like that's been closed for a while. So who knows? Just heads up, I feel like here trip planning is going to be detrimental because the communication is through your phone. You have to be willing to use your phone for a lot of things because, like I said, that tablet that they give you is pretty much to be stayed in the truck because it has all your ELD information on it. So you may not be at the terminal a lot, and by that being their only terminal, you will have to find places to park. They fuel up at Pilot Loves, but there are other places you can fuel, but that's who they have their network with. In order to get those type of performance bonuses, you may want to, watch where you fuel it and how many times you fuel. You don't want to have to keep stopping. Even though it might be a short run, you want to make sure that you have enough fuel to do what you need to do. Another thing, let me think. What else did we go over while we were sitting there? I think that's another thing. I think because it took a while. It took a while to get through all those pre-trips and drive tests. So I think it was probably about a 9 or 10. Nah, it had a 9 on the low end, 11 at the most. I don't remember exactly how many people was in the class. I was in the very front. My focus was dead on one. I was trying to learn as much as I could. I know Juan talked to us about, these accidents that can affect CSA scores. That's very important right now, especially with a lot of updates and changes being made to the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Association and all this stuff with the FCMSA coming out. We want to make sure that you are ready to be as safer than you ever been. Although you are a professional truck driver, there are some things that you never want to get too complacent about. You can never have too much training about how to prevent an accident. What are things to be safe? Why are you even out here? Why are you over the road? Because those things will keep you motivated, keep your mind fresh, keep you, proactive in your pre-trips and stuff like that. Keep reminding yourself of why you're doing it and what you're doing it for. Have goals, because those things will keep you on track to pretty much, being safe. And a lot of people take it for granted that being on your phone is something real simple, and it's something, but really doing those mirror checks, and being, proactive with reading signs, on the road and stuff, that will keep your mind dead centered on the road. It'll keep you focused. It'll keep you able to save a life, because they did make us watch videos as far as how accidents can happen from being on the phone, stuff like that. I have, something about me. I have children, so that's what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't take nobody from their family. Don't be an idiot. Please don't be an idiot. If you get your CDLs for the money, don't let so much money get to your head the way you don't give a crap about nothing. Don't let that money get to your head. Money come, money go. If you're coming out here, take it serious. It's not a joke. Yes, you are needed. You are needed as a professional truck driver. But that's exactly why you're needed, to be a professional first. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And just know, if you're coming over here, everything that they tell you, everything they say they're going to do, they're going to do it. They've done it. I was flown out first class, thinking scrimps first day. I'm just playing. No, I wasn't. But but I like I said, everything they said, it happened. I'm back OTR now. I did do the local thing. We'll talk about that later in the channel. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them below. I'll be able to answer those more thoroughly. I know this is kind of quick. I'm a little tired. I'm back in the hotel room, and I'll hit y'all up for day 2. Peace.